everyone, welcome back to the channel. Like I promised, this video will be about Streets of Gotham. Although that was the first idea, now it has turned into a Paul Dini video, including Streets of Gotham. So let's get started with the first piece of Paul Dini's work I want to show you. I think you know Paul Dini from the animated series. I have the box set here. Paul Dini wrote a lot of episodes together with Bruce Timm and some other people. They also wrote the follow-up series Batman Beyond. And Paul Dini also wrote some episodes for Batman the Brave and the Bold. One of those is on this disc. It's Legends of the Dark Might. There are also 2 episodes in season 2 and 2 in season 3 that are about Batmite. I think most of them. And of course, Paul Dini wrote the story to Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, the popular video games. I like them very much too. I play them on PS4 now, so Return to Arkham, but it's downstairs. But you might not know that Paul Dini wrote a lot of comics too, especially about Batman. One of them is Mad Love, which is about Harley Quinn, because Paul Dini is the one who introduced Harley Quinn to the animated series first, but then he made a comic with the same name as the episode as she appears in first, Mad Love. In September, an omnibus is planned, the Paul Dini omnibus, Batman by Paul Dini. In this, a lot of issues are collected. Mad Love isn't one of those, but we have some Batman and some Detective Comics titles. Those will be collected in the omnibus. Let's take a look at some of the Batman issues that Paul Dini wrote. Batman number 685 is part of the Faces of Evil series, and few issues in that series are Batman 685 and Detective Comics 852. Both will be in the omnibus. They can also be found in Hush Money, the first of the Streets of Gotham books, but I'll show those later. Batman Annual 1, well, they mean Annual 1 of Volume 3, so the Rebirth series. It's not the complete book, so don't think you'll get the complete issue. What they mean is the not-so-silent night of the Harley Quinn. It's one of the 5 stories in this annual, and it's not the story that's included in the I Am Bane book. So in this, there's another story collected. Also, Gotham Knights number 14 is mentioned in the omnibus. You won't get that issue completely also. There's a backup story called The Bat, and that will be in the omnibus. Same goes for Black and White number 3. It's issue 3 of the Black and White volume 4 series. Both of them have one of many stories. Black and White is like a collection of small short stories. So from the trade paperback number 2, there's one story called The Bat, and from volume 4 there's one story called Role Models. Those will be in the omnibus, so not the complete issues. There's no mention of the story Case Study. That was also in Black and White 2. It's written by Paul Dini, but it's not collected in the omnibus. So now we get to Streets of Gotham. That's a series by mainly Paul Dini, but also some other writers took over for him in a few issues. This is the complete set, all 3 books. The first one is Hush Money. Like I said, Batman 685 and Detective Comics 852 are in it, but also Streets of Gotham 1 through 4, and all 6 will be in the omnibus because they're all by Paul Dini. Number 2 is Leviathan. It collects 5 through 11 of Streets of Gotham, but only 7, 10 and 11 are by Paul Dini, so those will be in the omnibus. And House of Hush collects 12 through 14 and 16 through 21. That means that all issues in here will be collected in the omnibus because they are all by Paul Dini. Issue 15 is missing because Streets of Gotham had a backup story. First Manhunter, then Two-Face. Issue 15 was all about Two-Face. And then the backup story was Ragman. All those backup stories are not collected anywhere. Also in the omnibus is the DC Holiday Special. That consists of 10 stories. Just one of them Good King Wenceslas is by Paul Dini, so that one will be in the omnibus. Not all 10 stories will be collected. Then we come to Detective Comics. A whole lot of Detective Comics is collected in the omnibus. The first 4 or 5, no 6 I think, are collected in Detective. 821 to 826, yes, that's 5 issues by Paul Dini and 1 by Royal McGraw. So if you get this book, you already have those 5 plus the 1 by Royal McGraw. Then we have 827 to 834, which are all in Death and the City, which I don't own. Well, most issues are by Dini and collected in the omnibus. 829 and 830 are by Stuart Moore, and Royal McGraw takes over for 832. 831 is also in Death in the City, and also 837, which I couldn't find anywhere else. Those are both collected in the Harley Quinn book, but like I said, I'll come to that later. In The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, you'll find 838 and 839 by Paul Dini, and some other issues by Grant Morrison, so from the Batman series. You can find issues 840 to 845, so 6 of them, in Private Case book. It's this one. And also in the omnibus. Then Heart of Hush. In Heart of Hush you will find 846 to 850. Then you have Detective Comics issue 1000. It also consists of 10 stories, which one of which is written by Paul Dini, so that will be in the omnibus. It's called The Legend of Newt Brody. So that's everything that's in the omnibus. I have some more stuff here. First, the Harley Quinn book I mentioned. Halfway through reading it. Some of the stories in here are by Paul Dini. One is the Batman Harley Quinn one-shot. It's not in the omnibus. Gotham Knights 14 and 3, so like I said, those are the small stories, the Bat and role models. Detective Comics 831 and 837, like I said before, in this too. Those are about Hush. And they're also in the omnibus. And then there are 5 other stories in this which are not by Paul Dini, so you won't find them in the Paul Dini omnibus, of course. Furthermore, you can find World's Greatest Superheroes. It's a book by Paul Dini and Alex Ross. I haven't searched for it yet. Maybe if I do, I will make a video about it, of course. I like Alex Ross's work very much. There's also a Harley and Ivy book, and the Gotham City Sirens, of which Paul Dini has written issues 1, 2, 4 through 7 and 9 through 11. There's no mention of it in the omnibus. Also, the whole Countdown series isn't mentioned, so the Countdown to Final Crisis from 51 through to 1, so it counts down, was also, it was by a lot of artists, but one of the writers was Paul Dini. Then I have here the Arkham Knight book. It was followed by Arkham Unhinged, which was not by Paul Dini, but this one, 5 issues, were written by Paul Dini, who also wrote the story to the game, like I said. And last but not least, Dark Knight, a true Batman story. In this, Paul Dini tells about a near-fatal mugging he encountered during the time they were filming, they were making Mask of the Phantasm. So it's a true story. It's heavy. It's a heavy story, but it's cool to read. It's nice to get into the head of Paul Dini some more. And with that, I discussed everything I have of Paul Dini. Hopefully the omnibus will come out. I don't think I will buy it because I have everything in it, except maybe the holiday special story. But I can live without that, and the annual one story about 2 short stories I can miss, and the rest I already have, so I won't be double dipping. But if you want to read some more by Paul Dini, then go ahead and read that book. It should be out in September. Let me know if you plan to pick it up. That's it for my Paul Dini video. Thanks for watching. Next time I will be discussing the Batman Confidential series, so I hope to see you then.